They say there's a tragedy behind every trail, and the Virginia Creeper Trail is no exception. Hi, my name's Chris Goodman, correspondent for your story this evening on the Creeper Trail. This Creeper Trail, it's been around for quite some time, about 14 years. First named after John the Creeper Thomas, native of Alaska. First moved out to Abingdon, Virginia in 1962. As we see here, this details the chronicles of his life. Born in Alaska, moved to Abingdon, carpenter by trade. Although there was a dark side that many are unfamiliar with. Wow, there's a reason they called him the Creeper. Old John the Creeper Thomas often stood behind objects, such as this obelisk. This was actually his most prized creeping area. What he would do is hide behind these objects and wait for passers-by and basically creep on them. I will do a demonstration of what he would like to do. And that's why they call him John the Creeper Thomas. Here we see a dramatic reenactment of the creeping styles of old John. We see him creeping one side to the other, and once spotting someone creeping into their direction.
What we have here is the old Norfolk and Western train. As you can see, it's been sitting here for years. And the story goes that the old Norfolk and Western paved the way by old John Thomas Creeper. He used to ride the thing for days on days without eating or sleeping and just creep up and down the trail. And as you can see, it's black because his soul was black as night. As you can see right here, we have a freshly planted white oak. Probably planted sometime last week. And the significance of this white oak is that old John used to perch himself up in this thing. His favorite tree was the white oak. He could really creep from an oak. You could see a girl coming at least 30 miles away. And he would sit up there for days without sleeping, just like he did on that train. It's a beautiful, beautiful white oak until John got a hold of it.
So you may be asking yourself, why would anyone want to come to the Creeper Trail today after its tragical and malevolent history? Well, plenty of reasons. Just crossing over the Bridge of the Damned here, overlooking the Creek of Angels. It's a beautiful place. Recommended for anyone to come, ride a bike, ride a horse even, and bring the children. This is home to thousands of different horse species, millions of different plant species, including the infamous fly dragon flower, only found on the first mile of the Creeper Trail, and that's the only place in the world you can find this. Let's take a look at one now. Here we see the ancient fly dragon flower. This flower has probably been here since before mankind, millions of years, and that's just this flower alone. A very historical place if you're a friend of nature, a friend of wildlife, like myself, and like the crew at Historically Inaccurate.
They say where there's a will, there's a way. And there's only one way to beat John. And that's this ancient technology we see right here. And for some people, This was their last hope. This was installed at least 400 years ago. At the least, maybe 5. But this is what put the end to John. Didn't stand a chance against this. As soon as he spotted one, they were over here beating this pole down almost. They've had to replace it at least, by the looks of it, 100 times they've replaced this pole. That was the end of old John.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not every day that we find history unraveling right in front of our eyes here on Historically Inaccurate. Today, we have done just that. Here on the Bridge of the Damned, overlooking Angel Creek, just as we're about to leave, finishing up our shoot, we have found ancient remnants of John the Creeper Thomas's handwriting. If we can move the camera a little bit closer here to this ancient oak, we see carvings right here, J.K. John the Creeper Thomas, as we all know, spelled his name Creeper with a K to avoid any conspiracy and to avoid being tracked down. And if I had to date this back, I'd have to say this is at least at least 13 years old. It could be more. I'm no expert in that field, but it's just an amazing day.
So here we are, where it all started for John, back at the old black train. And we're just wrapping up the story here on the Virginia Creeper Trail in Abbey, Virginia. And basically, what we've uncovered here is a life struggle of creeping. That was John's specialty. And he would go down in history as Creeper.
Staggering reporting by Zane. For Zane McReynolds, I'm Chris Goodman, concluding our story on old John the Creeper Thomas. And as always, unraveling history one thread at a time. Come back and join us again.